Today's date is 5/22/2013. My name is Leslie Williams and the time is 7:58 a.m. This video file that I'm making right now, the verbal statements are being taped on this digital tape recorder. Now, the reason why I'm making this particular audio file and video file, because what I'm doing right now, I'm a targeted individual, and sorry, I got a little tongue-tied. Anyways, bear with me. As a result of being a target of what is known as organized stalking, which is also termed as gang stalking, and it's not stalking by gangs, what it is that it highly appears that what it is an expedition that is perpetrated, managed, and protected by organized crime members that are in the system, that are also connected to individuals that are in the community, okay, that have specific employment descriptions that are directly connected to the syndicated crime. Now, as a result of them having power positions in the community, what they're doing is using notification systems in part. This is just one aspect of how they're able to achieve the harassment that is attached to organized stalking of a targeted individual. And there are, right now, recently, just to backtrack for a second, recently an individual was covered on a national radio platform. And he stated, as a result of his extensive research and surveys that have been done and statistics that have been ascertained from the Justice Department, that right now in real time that there are over 500,000 active targeted individuals in the United States, in every state in the United States. And that's not including the individuals, okay, that are being targeted that are not aware yet that they're being targeted, and as a result they don't know the name of the crime that's happening to them or beginning to happen to them. That is also not including the amount of people that have not survived this crime, that have been institutionalized as a result of this crime, that have been jailed as a result of this crime, and that have been murdered as a result of this crime. This crime is acting, searching, prevalent, methodical, and totally exacting, and it's perpetrated by the system. Part of the criminal motivations behind these crimes is human trafficking. Now, my name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California, and I'm going to just go ahead and state this flat out, right out. I am not involved in any illegal activity whatsoever. None. Not one illegal activity am I involved in whatsoever. And I'm going to make this statement also right off the bat. As a result of being a target of this crime, I have made certain blogs and posted them on the internet. They have went into, because cyber surveillance is a direct, and cyber espionage, cyber hindrance, is an email interception, email rerouting, hacking into your cell phone, rerouting your phone calls. They'll even fake to be the people that you attempt to contact by email and phone, okay? Now, as a result of the cyber monitoring and cyber espionage and email hacking, they know the accounts, passwords, and usernames of YouTube accounts, blog accounts, you name it, okay? And what they have done with me is they have literally got online and made comments on my YouTube videos, okay? They have altered information in the description of the YouTube videos, and they have literally went inside of my blog accounts and added information pretending to be me in order to reverse the perception concerning what kind of a person I am. Literally, in order to discredit the truth because of the truth that I'm telling. And I wanted to go ahead and state that because it is a factual reality, but it's not the theme of this particular video. What is the purpose of this particular video? As a result of being a targeted individual, I came back to, well, I'm going to backtrack for a second. I came back to San Diego on August 8, 2011. Today's date is May 21st, 2013. I came back to San Diego on August 8, 2011 for the very first time since 2006. Okay? I'm sorry, it's actually 5/22/2013. Excuse me, please. Anyways, when I was out here in 2006, I was only out here between 1 and 37 days. And when I was being targeted, as I was being targeted with this crime in San Diego in 2006, I did not know what was happening to me was called gang stalking or organized stalking. But I did send some emails to Amnesty International and a prosecutor in Wayne, Michigan, okay, concerning some of the things that happened to me in Michigan and concerning what was happening to me in San Diego. But I did not mention gang stalking because I didn't know what was happening to me was organized stalking or gang stalking. But some of the statements that I made in it are methods and tactics of gang stalking in reference to the description of the statements. Also, some of the descriptions of the statements that I made have been proved concerning how they have been utilized towards me since I've been back here since August 8, 2011 up to this date, May 22nd, 2013. Now, understand this as well, please. I have deliberately and intentionally made sure that I have not connected myself with anybody here in San Diego or California since I've been back here since August 8, 2011, because I knew I was going to be gang stalked out here again. I knew it, because I was gang stalked I have been gang stalked along every single one of my routes in at least 3 separate states since 2001, okay? Every single day, harassed along every single route that I have went to, including my homes, my apartments, my hiking areas, okay? Every single day, everywhere that I have went, including businesses, universities, libraries, public libraries, my hiking areas, and my apartments, I have been harassed every single place that I have went to, every single day since 2001 in 3 separate states at least. Yes. And so, as a result of the experience and then the eventual education concerning once I found out about what gang stalking was on June 9, 2009, and then discovering the technological resources that are attached to these crimes on October 7, 2010, and then became fully aware of what they were between October 7, 2010 and February 2011, okay? I started being able to make sense of the criminal expedition that was happening towards me, who plays a role in it, who protects it, okay? And as a result, I've been able to backtrack and see that factual reality that there's an extreme great likelihood that this crime has actually been going on towards me covertly without the open harassment between 1980 and 2001. Now, these are just some tidbits to throw out there to let you know these crimes that have been happening towards me. So as a result of the experience and the education and the sabotage of my life, including every area of my life, I made a decision to catch these criminals by developing my own strategies to do so. Part of those strategies are predicting what they might do next in email files, USB drives, blogs, videos, and audio files on tape recorders. Okay, and then if they do what I predict after the fact, it'll show that these criminal expeditions are being covertly managed for me to experience and to happen to me, my physical integrity, my credit, my finances, my being able to live in an apartment, and my the mail theft and mail delayment that's happened towards me, the cyber surveillance and the cyber espionage and the email hacking, the cell phone hacking, everything, the physical assaults, and much, much more. So my goal was to develop strategies to prove this crime was happening to me by a third party being covertly managed and overtly executed. Now that I have acquired undisputable proof, because think about this, I have deliberately and intentionally made sure that when I came back to San Diego on August 8, 2011, one day late in reference to the scheduled arrival by Greyhound, I made sure that I did not connect myself relationship-wise to anybody. That includes a casual relationship, an acquaintance relationship, an intimate relationship, or any other type of relationship. I have went out of my way to never introduce myself by name to anybody except for the San Diego police and certain university campus polices, okay, and a hospital staff when I had to go there because of poison ivy, okay. I have deliberately and intentionally made sure that my name has been kept isolated from anybody unknowing it outside of the people mentioned, okay, and I directly made sure that I did not tell anybody that I was a target of gang stalking except for the aforementioned people that I just mentioned. I also made sure that I did not connect myself with any of these types of relationships because I did not want the perpetrators, because they're involved in intimate relationship, they'll infiltrate your circle of friends, your casual relationships, relationships that you might even develop with church members, or any place that you go to. So I made sure that I did not tell anybody directly that I was a victim of gang stalking except for the aforementioned parties, okay? Or made sure that I did not develop any type of relationship with anybody because I did not want, and because they try to bait you to open up about what's happening to you so they can then call you crazy concerning it. I also made sure that I didn't tell anybody that I was a victim of this crime because of the type of methods they were bringing about towards me along all of my routes everywhere I went, so they could then turn around and say, well, you're hearing this in your background everywhere you go because you're talking about it. Now, right now in my personal possession, I have USB drive proof, email proof, blog proof, over 500 audio files of undisputable proof this crime is happening towards me, video proof. You would not believe the undisputable, literal, black and white proof that this crime is happening towards me in San Diego, and I have literally caught proof. Some of the proof's already online. So what is the purpose of this video? The purpose of this video is, now that I have literally ascertained undisputable proof that I am a victim of this crime, and just think about this. How did they know I came back to San Diego in order to perpetrate this crime towards me again? That has yielded me undisputable proof, and in a size that is just astronomical, and the integrity of it is undisputable, literally. How did they know that I came back to San Diego in order to perpetrate this crime towards me again? Remember that I made sure, it was my intent from the second I made the decision to come back out here, that I would not introduce myself to no one. Even my blogs and YouTube titles are titled Learning Disabled Woman. They're not even titled by my name. Okay? So, as a result of me not telling anyone that I have been a victim of this crime, or that I am a current target of this crime, how did they know to get around me to perpetrate this crime towards me again? How did they know I arrived back here? Now, the crime has been proven undisputably. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick specific places that I rarely frequent, that I only go to on an extremely rarely frequent basis, in order to be able to expose to the public this crime's happening towards me. Because in a way, public exposure is keeping me safe. Marginally, but it is keeping me safe. So here's the purpose of this video. I made this right here the other day. It's called, and it's what it is it's a plastic file holder that you can put papers in and keep them from the weather or damage to whatever you put in these plastic folders. Okay? And then I made off of a poster board this sign that says, "Organized stalking and harassment is connected to human trafficking. Learning disabled woman is being targeted in San Diego. Google and YouTube it." Okay? Now, I also made this cover for it. Okay? And this cover, I taped this with Scotch tape on all sides. Okay? Hang on a second. I taped this flyer type thing that I made with Scotch tape on the actual folder on all sides. So I could tape electrical tape in order to be able to put this and cover this, because this is going to be attached to my backpack. Okay? So people can see it when I decide to use it in places that I rarely frequently go to. It will never be used on any transportation route, ever, because MTS is directly involved in this crime. Go to YouTube and type in "Learning Disabled Woman, brutally assaulted on MTS bus," and make sure you slowly, extensively, and meticulously look at everything in the description of this YouTube video to see that that assault was predicted 11 days before it occurred. In an email file, the email file was printed and scanned, attached as a PDF link in a blog, and that blog's URL address is in the description of that YouTube video. And then MTS had the audacity to send me an altered video of the assault. And you can go to Google and type in "Learning Disabled Woman exposes how MTS assault video was altered." Now, so what I plan on doing is wearing this attached to my backpack, okay, by cable ties, okay? And it's going to only be viewed, it's only going to be put on my backpack at times that I go to places that I rarely go to. It'll never be put on my backpack in reference to any transportation routes, okay? Now, since I already have locked in space and time the fact that this crime has been perpetrated towards me, and 1% of it, which is undisputable, is already online. Yes, "Learning Disabled Woman catches gang stalker admitting sent to harass, read comments." That's the title of the YouTube video. Then go to YouTube and look at the description of that YouTube video. There's another video in that description of that YouTube video that shows me describing what the teenagers admitted to 2 months before. And there's also another video online that I just titled yesterday or the day before that shows another video that was made a month before that video that shows me describing I was putting up with the same tactic by USD library staff, employees, and students on USD campus. Then go to YouTube and type in 2/20/13 "Learning Disabled Woman catches another gang stalker admitting sent to harass." And that was an individual on a corner, okay, that admitted that a San Diego police officer put him on the corner to engage in gang stalking. for me to experience, and that happened within 45 minutes to 70 minutes after I left the San Diego District Attorney's office to inquire about why the San Diego District Attorney never replied to 3 emails I sent to them concerning the fact that the MTS video was altered. He called me mentally ill for suggesting that it was. I left there, and within 45 minutes, an individual admitted that a San Diego police officer put him on the corner to engage in gang stalking. Between the MTS video and these 2 other separate videos, you can clearly see that I'm a victim of this crime, not to mention the huge amount of other videos that show direct conversation methods being utilized towards me along my route. Right now, I have in my possession over 500 audio files showing organized stalking expeditions happening around me. Yeah, and at least 80% of those audio files, in reference to the tactic that was caught, the tactic was predicted before I left for the day in video files and in audio files, that I would experience the tactics once I left a certain area, got along my routes, and then the tactic was caught. Yes. So there's undisputable evidence that this crime is happening towards me. So what I'm going to do is start bringing this to the public's attention as much and as often as discreetly as possible. And when I am in an area that I'm exposing this, and I might not have the time to cut the cable ties from it being attached to my backpack, because I'll be moving from one place to another, okay? And this other place that I'll be moving to, I might not want those people to see this. I developed a strategy to place a placeholder in front of it and then use electrical tape to tape it to this so they can't see it. Okay? Now, and then why am I bringing this up? I'm not just bringing this up to show that I'm going to start doing this effective today's date periodically at places that I feel safe at doing it at, but the main reason why I'm bringing this up is this. I had an individual, I had some t-shirts made, okay, in order to be able to expose this crime in the same exact kind of way, but not the same exact statements that are on this particular poster. I had some t-shirts made, and I periodically wore them in places that I rarely went to, okay? And as a result of taking a video picture of those t-shirts and then posting those online, what I did was, what a person did was, they sent me a YouTube comment, okay, at least twice, stating, Leslie, be careful about what you expose out in the public, because they could take a video picture of it, and be careful what you say, because they can take audio recordings of anything you say or a video camera concerning anything you're trying to expose, and then incorporate that video or an audio file concerning any statement you might make, and streamline it into a past event, to make it look like say if I wore a shirt today and they took a video picture of it, they could try and take a video picture of it and streamline it into a digital file, a video file from something that they're saying happened a year ago. They can literally do this, and if you don't think that they're not altering videos and altering blogs, and they could probably even go in and alter my YouTube videos if they wanted to, don't think that they won't do this, okay, because they will. Okay, I have literally had other targeted individuals state that they have attempted to do this to them. And what do I mean by this? Well, think about this. If they try to provoke a target to act out along their routes in order to try and claim that a target is either delusional, crazy, or a threat to themselves or others, because these are the kinds of literal discrediting campaigns and excuses they use to try and take legal custody of a target or to institutionalize them, they provoke an event and stage witnesses who will literally take a video recording of you reacting to how you're being provoked, and then streamline that video to a separate thing that they bring about. Like, say for instance, they might petition a target into a county mental health or a psychiatric ward, situate the target into a room or into another environment in a different place, like maybe even a police station or an MTS holding area after they arrest the target, and then take that video of a target acting out in a separate environment as a result of them being provoked, and then take that video segment and streamline it into a separate event, and then label it as anything they want in order to be able to prove that the target is either mentally ill, delusional, or a threat to themselves or others. And these are the literal methods that they literally engage in. In fact, that was covered, if I remember correctly, on 12/22/2012, a Coast to Coast show, about how they'll audio tape a person's statements and streamline it into either a past event or a future one, and then try and streamline like a current event into a past event, or a current event into a future event that they stage in order to paint the target as being mentally ill or a threat to themselves or others, and they then use that excuse to make the target a ward of the state or institutionalize them or jail them. They'll even arrest a target, place them in a jail, provoke a target in the jail, get them to act out, and then streamline that video into a past event or a future event to make it appear that they got legal cause and probable cause in order to petition a target into county mental health, a psychiatric ward, or to make them a ward of the state or arrest them. And so that is the reason why I'm making this video today, showing you the picture of my cell phone to show you that I had never ever once, I just made this, okay? I just literally bought the cable ties yesterday, and I got the Walmart receipt to prove it, because these are the lengths that these individuals go to try and discredit the target, to try and even deflect the truth. Because if I got over 500 audio files of gang stalking being said around me in order to remind me that I'm a target of this crime, in order to try and break me down mentally, to try and make me feel victimized, they could say that, well, you got these audio files because you've been walking around town with a sign, okay? And that's why I'm showing you today that the audio files that I got are not a reflection at all of gang stalking or organized stalking ever being said around me as a result of me walking around with anything that would expose the fact that I am a victim of this crime. That's why all my videos are titled Learning Disabled Woman, okay? So I am making this video in order to show you fellow San Diegans and fellow Americans today's date, which I've already shown you twice in this video, okay? And the reason why I'm doing this is so they can't discredit the proof that I have by stating that, well, the reason why you got all these audio files of gang stalking being said around you is because you're walking around town with signs. And as a result, people went online and seen what's happening to you, and so when they see you, they talk about it. Bull. And the reason why I'm stating this and showing you this is because, for one, I tell the truth. I'm a Christian. Two, the audio files that I got with this proof got the dates concerning when the proof was acquired. So, let me tell you something right now. My name is Leslie Williams. I have been a victim, and this right here in reference to the human trafficking on this poster is only one aspect of the crimes that they perpetrate towards a target, okay? But the fact that they would do this to innocent human beings, how they're taking us out of our homes through clever ways of getting landlords and property owners on board, by getting postal employees on board to steal or delay your rent, by even soliciting current tenants that are above you, below you, or beside you to engage in gang stalking while you're there. You then leave your apartment to go about your day, and then you're harassed along all your routes. And that's achieved through what is known as the community notification in part. You can go to YouTube and type in "listen to a stranger" to see how individuals that are walking around with either real badges or fake badges can get anybody in the community to harass a target or do something for them to a target based on a slander and the prestige, or the prestige of a real badge, or the perception that the badges that's telling them these things is real. Okay, that's a great preliminary introduction for you to be able to witness how they operate in part. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. You know what really gets me is that being assaulted on an MTS bus like I was, that was a staged event. That individual that assaulted me had been on that bus route on several occasions before and had engaged in gang stalking. That's the reason why that they actually limited that video to only 2 minutes, because of what he was doing 5 minutes before the assault, okay? And just the heinous nature and the brutality of that assault should show you the factual reality of how brutal these wild animals are. Then the fact that they sent me an altered video. You can see that video is altered. The back door is periodically on the wrong side of the bus. The rail that holds the mirror is periodically on the wrong side of the bus, and the mirror is backwards. And the reason why they flipped and rotated the bus was because we were actually sitting on the opposite side of the bus. And they altered it out of haste, and that's already explained in the other videos that you can find online by going to YouTube and Google and typing in "Learning Disabled Woman exposes how MTS assault videos altered." Also, a professor at USD who is a professor in communications who specializes in videos and images, Eric Pearson, saw the first video online concerning the video that MTS sent me that was altered. He's seen it online and posted it on First Post. Okay? And then the fact that I predicted this assault 11 days before it occurred, and the reason why that prediction was made, because they already had me assaulted on August 17th, 2011, 9 days after I got here at a bus stop. And check this out. Where that assault happened at was 1/2 block away from where I was camping out at in 2006, where the San Diego police pulled a huge street theater towards me, which had the intention to directly influence me to go back to Michigan. That was the reason why they pulled it. Okay? And as a result of me going back to Michigan, I was tortured, sexually assaulted, gang stalked on a feverish scale for years, every single day along my route. Yeah. So anyways, my name is Leslie Williams, and I'm in San Diego, California. You would not believe the proof that I have. It's just undisputable. And the audacity that 3 emails were sent to the San Diego District Attorney's Office telling them that the video that MTS sent me was altered. Okay? And then I went down to that office on February 20th, 2013 to ask them why they did not reply concerning those emails. Got down there, they sent out some flank to see me. I said, look, I was assaulted on an MTS bus. And then it highly appears that MTS sent me an altered video of the assault. The San Diego police won't investigate that fact. And so I'm requesting to you to investigate the fact that the video is altered. And he said, and so I said, as a result of the San Diego police not investigating that the video is altered, that there's an obstruction of justice going on somewhere, and that there highly appears to be a conspiracy happening. I think I said it was the conspiracy under the color of authority, or the conspiracy to obstruct justice. He looked right at me and he says, well, from what you're telling me, it sounds like you're mentally ill, and I strongly suggest you go seek mental health treatment. I said, really? I go, so then you're stating that it's not possible for the San Diego police to obstruct justice, or for them to be involved in criminal activity? He's saying, from what you're telling me, I think you better go get a mental health treatment. I left there, and within 45 minutes caught an individual standing on a corner after I got off a bus route, standing on a corner engaging in gang stalking. I asked him, I go, I said, you guys are all the same. I go, who put you on this corner? And as I was saying this, and as he was gaslighting me, a San Diego police officer pulled in front of us, made a U-turn, and gaslighted me. So I said, was it him? He said, yeah. I go, you're kidding me. I go, San Diego police officer put you on this corner? He goes, yeah. I go, really? What was his name? He goes, Steve. And I was wearing a digital tape recorder as that was happening. So go to YouTube and type in 2013 learning disabled woman catches another gang stalker admitting sexual harass. My name is Leslie Williams, so how mentally ill do you think I am? And labeling targets as being paranoid, schizophrenic, delusional, or crazy is a gang stalking tactic. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. All you have to do is look at the YouTube video to see that the video that MTS sent me is altered. Okay? And the format they sent it in it could not be altered by anybody but the person who made it. And MTS was the people who made it. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. So what I do is I have developed, and they've used universities, businesses. I am gang stalked at every business I go to, like you would not believe. And all you got to do is go to Google and type in gang stalking or organized stalking in businesses like Walmart, Ralph's, any grocery store, any restaurant, okay, especially like if it's a well-known, huge chain like Walmart or Ralph's. Public libraries, go to Google and type in organized stalking or gang stalking in public libraries. Separate search, universities, banks, postal offices, restaurants. I am literally subject to what is known as the direct conversation method and anchored physical gestures along all my routes for me to witness, and in turn, they're called sensitization methods. And in turn, that constantly reminds me that I'm a victim of this crime. That's why they